What's up, everybody? Pixel Leader here from PixconGG, and today I'm joined with my co-host Pixel Boss, and we're going to be talking about all kinds of stuff and looking it up on today's second episode of Let Me Look It Up. I don't care too much about the AFC, NFC games that have already passed or whatever. What I care right now is who actually deserves to win the Super Bowl, Joe Burrow or Matt Stafford?
I guess it all depends on how you look at it. You know, do you look at it from Matthew Stafford, who played 12 seasons in Cincinnati, 12
Detroit.
seasons in Detroit, and didn't win a single thing. Not a playoff, went to 3 playoffs, didn't win a single one, and now this season's won 3 with a pretty well stacked team. Or is it Joe Burrow in his second season, Heisman Trophy winner, national championship winner, blew his knee out last season, comes back to win it all? You know, is which is the bigger story? They're both pretty good stories.
Yeah, he will be the first quarterback in history to be a national championship winner, Heisman winner, and Super Bowl winner, and he'll do it in 3 years.
3 years. That's a crazy feat in 3 seasons.
So it's like at the same time, it's like, yeah, Stafford, I'm sorry you spent your career in Detroit and, didn't get anywhere with it, but at the same time, it's kind of like, yeah, move over, bro. Joe Burrow's got something to do real quick. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this is pretty big for Joe Burrow. It's pretty huge. I mean, second season to...
This wouldn't be Matt Stafford's last year. He's not going to retire after this, do you think? He'll spend 1-2 more years, you think, maybe? Or you think this is it?
I think this is it. I mean, if... Maybe. It really depends on how... Like, how the contracts are all set up, what their team's going to look like next season. But, I think this will be another retirement after this year, possibly. No one's talking about it like that, but I mean, and he's played really good this season. He gives up touchdowns here and there, or he gives up touchdowns. He does give up pick sixes, but he does throw a couple picks here and there. He's going to give you a couple every game, but he's playing on a high level still. He still has it. I guess that if he does win the Super Bowl, does he just finish it out and, go out with a Super Bowl win, and I don't want to come back and have to worry about it? Or
all the big quarterbacks kind of like still had it, before they retired. Even Ben Roethlisberger. To be honest, if you would have put any of those top tier quarterbacks who just retired, not Aaron Rodgers, you know what I'm saying, because he's still around, but like
for now.
Exactly, for now. Yeah, I don't know how many years he's got left either, but like just any of them. If you put any of those quarterbacks at the Rams right now, I mean, the outcome would be
probably the same.
It'd be similar for sure. I mean, and Matt Stafford is a good quarterback. Like the man has thrown 4K plus multiple times. I mean, he's literally been a good quarterback his whole life, and he's done it in Detroit. That's the crazy part. That's how everybody knows that he is a good quarterback, because he did do good in Detroit. Like,
oh yeah, he has incredible stats, and that's why everybody always claimed that he was just a stat packer, and that's just what he's gonna do. And it's like, I mean, I don't know if you've noticed this, but
what else can you do there?
Yeah, I mean, come on, dude, come on. The team was never set up to win championships. Their front office is not that great, and they've gone through several head coaches. And the one thing that came out of all of that was Matthew Stafford getting another chance with a team and a coach that's going to go out and set up to win. And the roster set up to win. The roster is on paper is insanely stacked, defense and offense for sure.
Yeah, and he spent 12 years with the Lions. Damn.
But Joe Burrow, Cincinnati is just, it's the dream season, man.
Oh yeah, it's almost like watching Michael Jordan.
Oh man. Yeah, they're definitely, I think that they're gonna pull it off, and that somehow the Rams just choke. I don't know exactly how, but they're going to.
2021 was his 11th year with, hold on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. My bad, 9. He's done 9 years with over 4,000 yards.
Yeah, that's a lot.
2011, 5,038. 2012, 4,967. So he was basically 33 yards shy of doing it back-to-back 5K seasons. And then even 2021, 4,800 with the Rams.
And look what he did. He came into the Rams he didn't have an entire offseason. He didn't have multiple, sit in here with these guys and practice with these guys and learn these things. And it's the same thing with OBJ. He came in halfway through the season, and somehow Matthew Stafford and Cooper Kupp have a great relationship, and now OBJ started to come on really well too. It just goes to show that Matthew Stafford has been an underrated quarterback and looked at in maybe not the right light because of his situation in Detroit.
Oh yeah. Even in 2019, he only played 8 games, started 8 games, 2,400 yards.
Yeah, yeah, half the season.
Yep.
On pace to do another 4,000-yard season.
Oh, I forgot that we played a 17-game season this year.
We did, and I think they're in talks. I don't know if it'll happen next season or not, but I think they're talking about extending it another game.
Yeah, it's gonna have to, because it's like, who gives up the home game? Who gives up the
Exactly.
But I don't know. 16 was perfect. I think 16 is something they shouldn't have messed with. I think that's not what football needed to change at all. I don't think that's what they needed. I think that if they wanted like more money, more game, more revenue, whatever, more football, they should have just made more football. They should have done something cooler like the Pro Bowl, but maybe done like a smaller scrimmage with NFL, something like that, or whatever, where the players still get paid to come out and do like some like matinees, exhibitions, anything like that. Like something where no one will get hurt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. All you would have to do here's what I would do. If I was in that situation, what I would do was move the Pro Bowl after the Super Bowl, and then wait maybe a month or two, or right before the draft or something, do like a skills like camp and do it on TV where you have quarterbacks versus quarterbacks with wide receivers, and then quarterbacks. So you have this quarterback's going to go up against do it like this. Say Joe Burrow's going to go up against Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford's going his wide receiver is going to be Cooper Kupp. Joe Burrow's going to be Jamar Chase, and we see who do a point system or something, and just do that, and then do like some running back stuff. It's kind of like the stuff they do in the Pro Bowls before the Pro Bowl. They do all these little skill based drills and stuff like that. Just I think if you did it on a bigger scale than just the way they're doing it now, that you still get to see these guys. They're still getting paid. You still more football on TV.
Yeah, I just don't think the 17-game regular season is the answer at all. I don't think that was ever the answer. I don't think an 18-game regular season is either. I would like to see more teams. I feel like now that there's talent being like moved around so much more, and we're starting to see so many more like dream teams, bigger like dynasties trying to be built. It's like I don't know. I would like to see it. I'd like to see some undefeated seasons. You know what I'm saying? Like I'd like to see some teams do that first before we start extending the season.
Yeah, now what the Dolphins were able to do is just starting to seem like it's never going to happen. The Patriots almost did it one time, and you've had a few other teams get really close. It's just now that you've added more games, especially because now when say you're a first seed and you've already clinched your Green Bay, you clinch your division, you clinch your playoff spot, you clinch your at home field advantage. You're not going to play your players in the last game of the season.
Yeah.
So if you lose, it doesn't matter. You're not playing for an undefeated season anymore. You don't care. You're already in the playoffs. And adding more games only plays into that, only makes that worse.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And the Cincinnati did it. The last game of the season, they sat all their starters, and they lost. So no one's playing for undefeated season anymore. And I wish people would. I feel like that's a pretty big accomplishment to go undefeated. I mean, it's only been done one time, and that's pretty crazy to go undefeated and win a Super Bowl.
Oh, and win a Super Bowl. I would say it's actually been done 4 times, but 2 of them I don't really want to discredit so much, but I also kind of do want to discredit because the Chicago Bears were undefeated in 1934, 13-0. The Chicago Bears were also undefeated again in 1942, 11-0. They both lost both years they lost their NFL championship game against the New York Giants. Oh, no. 34 they lost it against the Giants, 42 they lost against the Washington Redskins. Then the 1972 Miami Dolphins came in 14-0, won 3 playoff games, including the Super Bowl against the Washington Redskins. And then in 2007, the Pats did it 16-0, won 2 playoff games before losing in Super Bowl XLII against New York Giants, which was Eli Manning.
Yeah, that was the helmet catch. Tom Brady retires, and he still couldn't beat Eli Manning in the big one, man.
No, sir.
Man, that's so crazy.
Pre-NFL era? Oh, okay, I don't care about that. The 1937 Los Angeles Bulldogs were a member of the Second American Football League, who joined the league in 1937 after the Cleveland Rams defected to the NFL.
Okay, things have changed.
So the AFL was around in 1937.
Oh yeah, they were playing with leather helmets.
Yep. The Cleveland Browns were a member of the All-American Football Conference. Oh, that's the AA. Wait. All-American AFC. Oh yeah, duh, AFC, yeah. A professional football league that played Browns won all 14 regular seasons. Oh, the AAFC. To post a 15-0 record, Cleveland's perfect 1948 season was part of a longer string of 29 straight wins, which stretched from 1947 to 1949 and included both the 1947 and 1948 title games. Overall, the Browns won all 4 AAFC championship games and were accepted into the NFL when the two leagues merged after the 1949 season. Neither the NFL nor the Pro Football Hall of Fame recognizes the Bulldogs' perfect season. The Hall of Fame does recognize the Browns' perfect season, but the NFL does not. So the Hall of Fame does, but the NFL doesn't. That's crazy how there's so many different, like...
That word.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
Well, I was just gonna say that that a lot of people have a thought that the NFL and like the NFL makes all these rules and has all these just like you were just talking about with the Hall of Fame and stuff like that, but everybody's criteria is different. It's not the same.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't all go based off each other, even though everyone thinks that it does. And that's because it has its own committee and stuff. And I think if people knew more how things were selected, then it would be better. But you have a lot of Hall of Famers who talk about that the Hall of Fame has kind of gotten to a point where you just kind of let everybody in.
Yeah.
I agree with that a little bit. I feel like to be a Hall of Famer, you can't just, hey man, I won a Super Bowl and I did all this crazy stuff, but that was it. I think you have to be a game changer. You have to be like a household name in a sense that when someone thinks about that said team or certain era, they go, damn, that was that guy.
There you go.
Like prime time. When you think about, you think back then, you already know.
Who, Deion Sanders?
Oh yeah, you already
Oh,
know
yeah.
what that is.
Oh,
No
yeah.
Googling required.
Yeah, prime time. Yeah, he was good in Dallas. He was good at FSU.
Good in Atlanta too.
Yeah? Yeah.
Deon been good forever.
Let me look up Deion Sanders' NFL career. Let's just see what it looks like. Deion Sanders stats. Let me look it up. Let's see. So starting in 89. I mean, yeah, his first season with ATL, he had 5 picks.
I mean, he came into the league and it was just nonstop. The man was shut down, interceptions. If he was out there, you were looking for him and you knew where he was.
Yep. Yeah, first year in the league. He came in, played 15 games, 5 interceptions for 52 yards, and 2 forced fumbles. So that's not too bad. You know what I'm saying? Especially in 1989, defensive player. 1990, only had 3 interceptions. He played all 16 games, too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He had 5 years in which he had at least one punt return that he brought all the way home.
Yeah. Yeah, he was probably one of the starters of punt returners being as dynamic as they were, because after him, if you remember, there were started to be a lot of players that were coming out after that's what they were big on, was returning punts for touchdowns.
Oh, yeah.
Like, we grew up watching Devin Hester return kicks for touchdowns all the time.
Oh, yeah. And then in 1998, he did it twice. Brought it to the house twice. That's actually not that bad. His rookie year, he only played defense, because I'm trying to find, there was a year where he played wide receiver, but they just don't have, I can't get those stats. Right? Didn't he play wide receiver? I could have sworn.
I think okay, so yes. I don't know if he played wide receiver for a season or if it was one of those, a couple of
like he was the Taysom Hill of his damn time.
right, a couple of games he was playing wide receiver. On what I found was 60 receptions, 784 yards, 13.1 yard per reception, 3 touchdowns.
Scored 22 total touchdowns in his career. but he also was a kick returner, a punt returner, and a wide receiver. So technically, Deion Sanders was a utility player.
Definitely.
He just wasn't finna go out there and throw the ball like Taysom does. But for a defensive player, so this is why I was trying to look for these stats because of some of these years. Like his rookie year, 1989 in the NFL, his all-purpose yards as a defensive player was 1,000.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, and then in 1990, 1,200. And then in 1991, 800. And then 1992, 1,200. Like,
yeah, a lot of yards.
See, that's what I'm saying. But that's his all-purpose yards, and it's like that's rushing, receiving, kick, punt, interception, and fumble return yardage, and it's like.
And the man was a hell of a baseball player.
Yeah.
Now he's a head coach.
Head coach, yeah, JSU.
Yeah, I give it another season or so. He'll be a head coach at somewhere.
I think he'll earn himself
Power
a better job. Yeah.
Power five,
Well,
for sure.
yeah.
Power 5 for sure.
He said Power 5 for sure.
Oh yeah. So how about Sony buying Bungie?
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Well, and again, like I was saying to you earlier, like I don't think that Sony buying Bungie is like comparable to Xbox buying Activision. Like I don't think that that's
wasn't a reaction.
Right. Yeah, it definitely was not a reactive move. No, because the PlayStation Bungie move was already in the works months ahead. Like they didn't just buy them overnight. I don't think Bungie even works like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you got that. There's always going to be a little bit of sweet talking. You know, to whisper in the ear. You know what I'm saying? Do a couple things. Take them out to the business dinners. Absolutely, yeah. They didn't just wake up overnight and they're like, Microsoft bought Call of Duty. Somebody get Bungo on the phone right now. We need Bungie, okay? Bungo is what their like inner community calls them, the people at Destiny 2, because they hate them so much that they just call them Bungo.
Oh, okay.
I'd hate them too, bro. If I played a game and I was like one of the people who played Destiny 2 like competitively, like PvP and whatnot, I mean they've been playing the same maps for like I don't know, 4 years, 5 years. I don't know how long Destiny 2's been out, but it's been a while and they have not added any PvP maps. There's no new Crucible maps.
Wow.
But and the reason why I say it's not even comparable or whatever is because it's like, yeah, exactly. It wasn't a reaction move. It's not supposed to be like this was not a competitive move in a way. Like this wasn't like Microsoft buys Activision, Sony's like, oh my god, we have to react somehow. Let's buy Bungie. No, they were just already in the works for buying Bungie, so they did it. And you cannot even compare the two, especially because Xbox's acquisition of Activision is. I mean, if you are going to compare them, then Xbox wins that one hands down. It's like. Xbox is like, look, we just bought video gaming. You know what I'm saying? Like, we basically just bought like 90% of video games. And Xbox or PlayStation's over here like, we got Destiny.
Yeah, exactly. And I think unfortunately because of the way that Microsoft bought Activision and then the news came out that they bought Bungie, PlayStation bought Bungie, it seemed like that's what it was.
Right. Well, it's not even. Yeah, it's all about timing. The timing of the articles couldn't have been worse. And internet meme culture couldn't be worse. So it's like.
Oh, man.
Yeah, everybody's always looking to take a shot at something. Like, so it's like they see this and immediately there's, comparisons, but it also is unfortunate the timing. You know what I'm saying? If I were PlayStation, I think I would have kind of kept it
under wraps.
Yeah, just a little bit longer. Wait a couple weeks, buy something else to announce with the Bungie acquisition. Like, we bought Konami and Bungie. We bought Rockstar and Bungie. We bought whoever and Bungie. You know what I'm saying? Like, but
someone. We bought Ubisoft and Bungie.
So. Right, but I'm pretty sure it also wasn't reported like by them. Like, they weren't like, we bought Bungie.
They weren't the ones that look.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was the media that was all like, Sony reportedly buys Destiny 2's developer and ex-Halo developer Bungie. And it's funny that none of them say ex. A lot of the articles don't even say ex-Halo developer. So there was a ton of people on the internet who had just forgot that Bungie does not own Halo. They never have. Microsoft owned Halo, and Microsoft allowed Bungie to create Halo for the longest time. And then when Microsoft didn't think Bungie could do it anymore, they took it back and gave it to their own new in-house like studio thing that's 343 Studios or whatever it's called. I don't know if they're in-house or if they were just a bunch of Halo fans that started their own studio and they're like, guess what? we're gonna make Halo better than you. But I'm almost positive it was. Actually, you know what? I run a show called Let Me Look It Up, episode 2. That's what we should do. Is we should look it up.
Yeah,
How was 343 Industries started?
It's all for clickbait. That's the way that this whole thing went, was just trying to pit the two against each other in clickbait for people.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's all about
People
reactions.
listen.
That's why I'm making this episode about this right now, because I want people to click on this video. What the hell? But yeah, following the end of a partnership between Bungie and Microsoft in 2007, so literally an eternity ago, Microsoft sought to form a first-party studio from its internal development group to oversee the future development of the Halo franchise. Thus, 343 Industries was established. So yeah, so literally, they were just like, we ain't fucking with y'all, so
we're gonna do our own thing, and don't you have to worry about it. And just to get clicks, everyone was like, "Oh, look, PlayStation bought Halo."
Dude, yeah, and as someone, yeah, I play exactly, and I hate that so much. It's like, yeah, obviously, and it's like, I wouldn't even really want Halo to come to the PlayStation. I hate that it's like that this is looking like we're gonna turn the whole video gaming thing like upside down, and I don't know.
I don't like the separation.
Yeah, and I also like them being like where they are respectively. Like, I kind of hate that this Activision buyout makes it where Xbox now owns Crash Bandicoot, and I'm pretty sure Spyro. So PlayStation let their mascot of the late 90s, early 2000s, Crash, literally their mascot. The PlayStation mascot used to be a grown man in a fucking an actual mascot uniform that looked like Crash Bandicoot, and he was, you know, big human-sized Crash Bandicoot, and PlayStation literally lost that. They gave that up.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with PlayStation and Sony right now, to be honest. As a fan, as someone who, you know, diehard fan, I would like to think of, you know, I've owned every system besides the new one, as being as hard it is to come by. But yeah, I just don't know what's going on or where they're headed. I kind of think that if I was them, I would, you know, to try to compete, if that's what you were going to do with Microsoft, is go buy Rockstar or someone just as big, because um you allowing Microsoft to have Activision is just not good for yourself, not good for the brand, Sony and PlayStation.
No, and they're like, oh, we plan on keeping Call of Duty on, but it's like, yeah, for now. It's like, I don't foresee.
Yeah. Give it 3 or 4 years, and we have a falling out. Now you can go play it on Xbox.
Yeah, exactly. And it's because they're gonna want Xbox to be in every single, like, they're gonna want to add just reason after reason as to why you have to have an Xbox in your home. Like,
yep.
Like, and it starts with small stuff like that, but it starts with small stuff like that, like Call of Duty, which isn't really that small. I mean, it's huge for video games. Like, and they bought Bethesda too, so they own the people who make Elder Scrolls. Like, Elder Scrolls will not come to the PS5. Like, the years of playing like the new Elder Scrolls, the new Skyrim, or whatever, when it comes out on your PlayStation, that's dead. That doesn't happen anymore because they bought Bethesda, and they have already announced that Elder Scrolls will be console exclusive to PC and Xbox.
Yeah, so unless you have a computer or an Xbox.
But that's also my thing. If you have a good computer, why would you buy an Xbox? Like, that's always been my question. It's like, if all of their exclusives come to PC, except for like Fable 3. I think Fable 3 might be one of the only like true like Xbox exclusives you cannot play on a PC. Like, and there could be other ones, but there's not a lot. Like, I'm not even gonna let me look it up. Like, I just know that there's not a lot. Like, there's not a ton of reasons to buy an Xbox when you have a good PC. Like, now there is a reason to buy a PS5 when you have a good PC, because PS5 titles rarely come to PC. Like, Gran Turismo 7 probably won't be on PC. Like, God of War just came to PC. The Last of Us is finally coming to PC. Fucking the Horizon whatever just came to PC. And even though they are starting to trend more now where more Sony games will end up on a PC, it's still Sony. They got their Japanese ways. Like, know that there's going to be tons more titles that are only going to be on the box and not the PC. Well, on the PS5,
oh, yeah.
the console.
And in your opinion, do you think that the new God of War is going to be on the PC, or is it definitely going to be exclusively on?
So they might have exclusivity for a little bit, but no, that's why God of War 4 just hit PC, because, you know, that's like what they're doing. Like God of War is now coming to PC. Like that's the big thing. It's already happened. Like so, there's not really a lot of reason why God of War 5 won't come to PC. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it'll come out on PC day one. I actually don't think that would be a thing. I want to say that PlayStation would still like to hold on to some of their IPs and give,
at least 6 months.
Yeah, something like that. Maybe even a year. Like even GTA, like Red Dead, all those games. None of their PC ports came out alongside the console titles. Like they came out year after, months after. Like for GTA, I want to say it was years, plural, after.
Years, yeah, I think you're correct on that.
But yeah, GTA 6 though got officially confirmed, announced. They said they are not just in development, but that they are well underway into development. That means GTA 6 has been being worked on.
Man, I'm so excited for it.
Me too.
I'm so excited for it. We've waited so long. I mean, people have been playing GTA 5 since 2013. Almost a decade.
Is it 2013?
Decade. September 17th, 2013.
Oh my god, dude.
We are almost at the decade mark, and you know that the game's not coming out next year, so
no,
it's going to be a little while. I did see that a few of the dates are possible. You know, nothing's confirmed at all. Rockstar's not giving out anything right now, but just a few of the speculative dates are the years. You know, there's no specific dates, but it's 2024, 2025. So a couple more years, GTA 6 will be here. I'm super excited. I think that it's going to be insane. It's going to be crazy. I think they're going to embrace a different change to get people off GTA 5, because GTA 5 still has such an audience and it's still played so heavily that it's going to have to be crazy to get everybody off GTA 5 and on GTA 6 and bring new players. So I think it's going to be awesome. I think very excited for it.
So, and they just announced also, I don't know how long ago this announcement was. Sunday, February 6th. Today. No, February 4th, 2 days ago. GTA 5 and GTA Online is getting their upgrade on PS5 and Xbox Series XS on March 15th. So there's a date for that. And Dr. Dre is going to be in the game, apparently.
Yes, the album, one of his albums. I saw that on Twitter.
Oh, you did already see it?
I did, yes. Because I was looking up for the GTA 6 stuff, and I found that, and I thought it was for like some music that was going to be on the new game. Why I thought that was going to be for GTA 6, but yeah.
No, yeah, GTA 5, the next gen edition, because it's got its third console now. The PS2 had 3 GTAs. GTA 5 had 3 PlayStations. Like, come on. What do you want to see in GTA 6? Like features, stuff like that, or whatever. Like, what do you think? Like, as a video game, like, what can they do? Like, do you think because GTA has always been known for not just making these new great games, but for every time they make one, it's like leaps and bounds ahead of the one before that. Even though GTA 4 and GTA 5 can be, there's opinionated winners on that one for sure. Like, there's people who absolutely love GTA 4 and they will die by it, saying, because I mean, if you do have GTA 4 on the PC and you mod it, the graphics, you can get kind of close, and I mean, it's great. But at the same time, GTA 4 or GTA 5 was still leaps and bounds ahead. So much more stuff to do, a better city, more immersive city, like just
the graphics were crazily different.
Yeah, graphics came up, but at the same time, GTA 4 had good graphics too. They have that photorealism, you know what I'm saying? Kind of like
oh yeah.
What GTA 4 did for like PS3 era was crazy. I'm not gonna lie. I just recently beat the game, and it did not hurt to look at all. Like, I was like, the game looks fantastic, top to bottom.
Yeah, definitely could go back and play that one again.
Absolutely.
Good story too.
But I don't know, the things I want to see are big. Like, I really want to see, like, instead of making like, they're like, oh, we're gonna, like, this game might be in Miami, or we're gonna remaster Vice City. I think that's cool too, but I also kind of think that we're in the console era right now where we could get all 3 cities. We could get Vice City, Liberty City, and Los Santos all in one game. And if
There's no reason we couldn't.
And if not Los Santos, since we already have the new Los Santos, GTA 5, and technically we do already have the new Liberty City because of GTA 4, and we don't have a new Vice City. But at the same time, we don't have a new Liberty City. So if anything, GTA 6 could just be Vice City and Liberty City. Like, just leave Los Santos out. Los Santos could be still GTA 5 stomping grounds, but GTA 6 will be the entire East Coast. You know what I'm saying? But, like, obviously you can't. It's not like, you know, you can drive from Miami to New York. I mean, that would be cool too, but I'd like to still keep the game realistic and
just a small little city in the middle.
But I wouldn't want that. I wouldn't want the whole like how that game, that racing game, The Crew or whatever it was called. I wouldn't want that.
Yeah.
Like how you can drive all the way across America. Like to keep the game still good to where there's still, you know, tons of stuff to do, and like they can focus on just the one map and the other map. There, you know, you would just go to the airport, hop in the plane, and just fly to New York. Or then when you're done there, you'd hop in the airport, hop in the airplane, fly back to Miami.
Oh, you could definitely set it up. That would be perfect. You could have your own cutscenes, and then have you walking into the airport, and that's where you start. You know?
I think that would be great.
That would be awesome. Yeah. Do you think they're gonna bring back characters, or we're gonna have new characters, new protagonists in the?
Yeah, GTA is really big about like not really including older characters unless they're just like really small Easter eggs. Like when you first see Trevor, he's like bashing in one of the characters from GTA 4, Johnny, one of the guys from the Lost and the Damned motorcycle club. He's murdering him. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's how they treat like their own. No, exactly, yeah. And like I want to say Brucey from GTA 4 is someone you can like pick up as like a stranger, like a hitchhiker, and I think he mentions Nikolai, but
in the car ride.
Right, exactly, yeah. And then there's a small Easter egg of like you can actually see Ryder, Smoke, and CJ riding on their bicycles past Grove Street. You can see it's a guy in a wife beater, a guy in a green shirt with like the hat and like I want to say the curls, like the Jerry curl dripping, and then there's like a guy, like I want to say like a regular green shirt with like the white undershirt with the hat on or whatever, and that's supposed to be CJ, Ryder, and Smoke.
Yeah, so it should be kind of interesting to see what they have and how they're gonna change it.
I kind of want like more realism in a way. Like I kind of want that. Like I like the whole like not necessarily like realism, but I like the fact that like you could have like insurance on your car in this game. Like even though it wasn't like the crazy insurance, like it was pretty much just it was just like kind of locking your car into being like your main car or whatever, and just like making sure you could get it back if it blows up. Like I just think that was so cool, and like the way you did it was your insurance company, Moore's Mutual. Like that's some of the coolest stuff ever. Like I think GTA 5 it blew me away. The story, the online, everything about GTA 5. I mean, especially if you go back 2013, like when it first came out and we were first doing it, it was insane. GTA 5 blew my mind. Like, the story was great. I was like, cool, we got another GTA 5 game. It looks good. It plays good. The story's funny. It's fun. It's a great game. And then all of a sudden, a couple months later, we get the online, and it's like, dude, we're about to play together. Like, we're about to go steal cars, beat people up, get a bunch of money together. Like that. That was
play hours on hours of online GTA. I mean,
I'm level like 319. So yeah, I mean, there's people way above us now, but we only played for the first 3 years, and we got to like level 300, 400, something like that.
Kind of shut it down, and we've definitely had our moments where we've gone back and played all the new updates. I think besides the last 2 or 3.
The last thing, yeah. So I don't know what we haven't done, because there has been a lot of stuff that's come out. The big casino, there's like a whole island, like the San Perico Island or whatever it's called. We've never done that. But the last thing we did was we've done everything up to the Doomsday Heist, including the Doomsday Heist. That was the last thing we did, which was ass. That was the thing that we almost gave up, but we did it all in a day, one day. Like it was supposed to be like the hardest heist ever. Yeah.
On it in a day. Yeah, man. It was a long. That was a lot. I remember that. That took us.
I loved it though. I love GTA 5.
Oh,
like
yeah,
it's just clear now that it's turned into more of like a kid's playground with just a bunch of money to be made for Rockstar. Like they're just trying to sell those shark cards. Like it seems a lot less serious. Like I'm not saying that it's taken a turn for like the Saints Row way, but it has taken a turn for like that. Like the game isn't made to keep more players coming in. The game is only being updated to keep like what players they have right now satisfied.
Oh yeah.
Like they're not trying to draw in more gamers. They're just trying to keep that base spending their money. You know what I'm saying? The people who are still spending probably half their paycheck a week on fucking GTA. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, I agree. And one of my biggest issues with Rockstar is, man, Red Dead. You just announced we're doing GTA 6. You've dropped all these DLCs since 2013 for GTA 5. You come out with this amazing game in Red Dead, and we don't get a single anything.
Yeah, Red Dead has the potential to be one of the best games ever, and it is. I mean, it is. Even without its support that it should have gotten, the online support it should have gotten, Red Dead is still one of the best games ever. Yeah, like even if it's just a testament to how immersive video games can be while still being fun, like. Let's not say Red Dead's perfect, because it's still, I mean, the game's janky. There's a lot of stuff missing from it. It definitely has its moments, but it has its bad moments, but also has great moments. And its great moments are the fact that it is just a walking testament to, like, the people who do make GTA 5 can also, in the background, make this game that is just so, like, realistic. Like, why do your games not match up to this? Like, you got games that come out like Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Why do they not match up to Red Dead?
Why is it not as good?
Like, this is kind of like their back party title. This is kind of like their, like, this is like the one they've got the couple dudes in the back, working on. I mean, the dudes working on it, they're great. It's a whole studio, but it's like, obviously, GTA 5 has never left the spotlight at Rockstar. Like, and sure, their studio is so massive that it's divvied up into multiple units or whatever, but still, like, Assassin's Creed is like the breadwinner of Ubisoft. It's one of the main things at Ubisoft, and it's like, why is your hero game? Why does it not look like Red Dead? Why is it not that immersive? Why don't hawks randomly spot out snakes on the ground and fly down and swoop them up and take them somewhere to fucking drop them and kill them and then go eat them? Like, why don't the bodies decay in real time? Like, why don't the horse's balls fucking shrivel up when it gets cold? Like, games need to take notes. There's, dude, yes, Red Dead.
It's kind of sad. It's kind of sad if you think about it that, hey, we're gonna build this game that's amazing and beautiful, and not only is it going to shit on all the other games that should be doing this. Like, you're so correct. Like, Assassin's Creed should see a game like that and go, man, do you know what our game could be?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Red Dead is literally just a walking testament to, like, how other games are fucking up. Like, how other studios are not, they're not doing it right.
Kind of just taking the easy way out, man. You guys want to have an open world game, and you could do that with so many different genres, so many different names to do an open world game. And GTA has shown y'all, not GTA, but
Red
Dead, Rockstar has shown you the base to do one, and no one's done one yet.
Yeah, no, Rockstar remains the king of the open world titles. Yes, absolutely. There's no one. Cyberpunk, like, come on. I mean, I had fun on Cyberpunk, but also, if I have to compare it to GTA 5, it's like, no, I played GTA 5 literally for like 3 years straight, like, obsessively. I played Cyberpunk. I played Cyberpunk for 4 days, beat it, and it's not even installed on my computer anymore.
Okay, so how many times have you uninstalled and reinstalled GTA?
Well, like, probably about 3 or 4, yeah.
Yeah, and how many times?
That's the only thing that keeps me. That's the only thing that keeps me from playing Red Dead or GTA 5 is that when I uninstall them, and I remember that when I go back to reinstall them, it has nothing to do with how good and amazing my internet is. It has everything to do with the fact that I have to copy all these files from this piece of shit disk to my console, and it takes 900 years.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest reason why we probably haven't gotten back on GTA 5 is because of how massive,
how big it is. How big it is and how it gets onto the console itself, like how long it's going to take regardless of how your internet is. Like, the installation process it's awful.
That should be a big thing that's fixed with the GTA 6 coming out.
Optimization of files, that's a huge thing. Yes, I want GTA 6 to be huge, but I don't want it to be fucking a 900 gigabyte game. You know what I'm saying?
No, you don't have to. Not now. Not the way things are now.
Especially the way things are like the file optimization. I don't know how they're doing that though. I don't know what the science is behind that, but like Fortnite. I hate that this is the second episode and I've already brought up Fortnite again. But
man, we're gonna keep on.
I know, but their game file came from being like 88 gigabytes to like 16 gigabytes in an update, and the graphics got better. And I don't think it's And I don't think it's like hosted like on a server. I think I think it's still playing the game from local files. Like, they might be streaming some of the textures, but I think that even with just those 18 gigs or however many gigs on your computer, I want to say that you can just play standalone Fortnite with those graphics. So it's not like it's being hosted from some de novo or whatever it is. Like,
and technically it's free.
oh yeah, technically it's free. I mean,
So,
you can spend a lot of money.
oh, you can just spend none.
But yeah,
So,
and then de novo, that's the thing. Dying Light 2. Dying Light 2 is what this episode was going to be like about a lot. Mostly us reviewing Dying Light 2, but that got scrapped, and that's not going to happen because I don't think I'm going to pay for Dying Light 2, get it hosted on de novo, which is what was the death of the Guardians of the Galaxy games and numerous other games that have been hosted on de novo. And I don't know. I think I'm just going to join. I think I'm going to go with the majority on this one. I'm just going to hop right in there and be like, yeah, I don't think I want to pay $60 for this game when everybody's saying it's ass. And the reason that they're giving that it's ass is a very good reason. And if you look into de novo and how they handle their games and how it is a good answer in a way to piracy, it's also not a good answer to people who pay for their video games. Like, it's not the greatest thing, you know? And it's like, I understand piracy is a thing, but it's Dying Light 2. Like, how much money did you expect to make even after combating piracy? Like, you weren't coming into this. Let's be realistic. I want to play Dying Light 2. I wanted it to be a great game. But, like, how much money do they really expect to make in this Battlefield right now? Like, in this, like, this era?
hey man, you're not gonna bring in Call of Duty numbers.
No,
okay.
You're gonna need
You
a
don't
really
expect
big
to.
streamer to pick up your game and not put it down for a month to make that type of money. Like, you're not making money like that just from launching a game anymore, even if it's a really good game. Like,
Even if it's hyped, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Streaming, you're gonna have to. Streaming is where it's at, and if you're not gonna put it out there the correct way to have that happen, then you're kind of just shooting yourself in the foot. And the review that we were going to do for it isn't now. Give it a year or so when it's cheaper, and maybe we'll give you one.
I have heard more bad things about it. How, like, they transitioned the game from being like how it was before, like this like kind of like ragdoll zombie combat parkour game, to being like a full-on RPG game. Like, the zombies have like health bars above their head and everything, and like you do like damage points. Yeah, it doesn't look that great. I'm not gonna lie. I saw that and was like, man, well,
Ubisoft made the same mistake.
with Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I know. I hate that.
Some of my favorite historical warriors they've had in their last couple of games, and I was so excited to play them. And when Ubisoft changed it, I didn't buy the last two and didn't enjoy the Egyptian one that I bought.
Yeah, the Egyptian one, the
Origins,
Roman one,
because
the Viking one,
yes,
and then I think there's one
Yes.
before. Or no. Let me look it up.
that was my biggest reason for continually to play the Assassin's Creed franchise, was because I love the fact that if I stabbed you in the neck with my sword, you died. No matter how strong you were, no matter what, if I assassinated you, you died.
Yeah,
And you taking that away, I'm not gonna play that. I don't have time for that.
so
I
yeah,
wanna
no,
beat a
Syndicate.
regu-
Syndicate wasn't one of those. Syndicate was a regular game. It was one of the actual. Syndicate was like the last like good Assassin's Creed game technically, and then Origins, Odyssey, and Valhalla are the ones they're all RPGs. You got Origins, the Egyptian RPG, then you got Odyssey, the Roman Greek RPG, and then you got Valhalla, the Viking RPG.
Man, and those last two on that list, I wanted to play so bad.
Yeah, imagine
But-
Valhalla, but made exactly by the people who made Black Flag, and with the same engine and everything, and just pretty much just trying to be Black Flag.
Man, just be a Viking game that's Black Flag. Yeah.
Yeah,
awesome that would've
yes,
been.
that would have sold.
awesome
Yes,
that would have been.
I know what people want more than
Man.
Ubisoft does. God damn it.
I want at this point, don't even release another game. Just give me Black Flag again.
Yeah, Black Flag 2.
At this point, Black Flag 2. Yeah, same way. I don't Black Flag 2 me now, and you go do this bullshit. I want it to stay the same.
Black Flag Part 2 is what I want. Shit.
I won't. Or remaster. Come on now.
Come on now, bull.
By the way, before we end, I do have I don't know if you'd said it, but I did find the tweet about Dr. Dre's songs on GTA 5.
And what does it say?
The album is The Contract. The songs are Gospel, The Scenic Route, Black Privilege, ETA, Fallen Up, Diamond Mind. Can also find those on Apple Music and Spotify. So that's pretty cool.
Diamond Mind or Diamond Mine?
Diamond Mine.
M-I-D.
M-I-D.
D. Okay. I was about to say, because Diamond Mine, Coal Mine, that's one of my favorite Boys for Now songs.
Or actually with some pretty crazy features, man. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, how would Dr. Dre sell an album without features?
Oh,
I love Dr. Dre. Like, I loved like without Dr. Dre, a lot of those like NWA, all that stuff, whatever, like that, they like those beats, man, like Dr. Dre is a legend, absolutely. But in 2022, who's buying a Dr. Dre album with no features?
Only Dr. Dre.
Only Dr. Dre. Only people 35 plus. Like,
go ahead, I'll wait.
You got to be, I don't know, 35. That's still kind of that's generous. Like 50 plus. No, not 50. I mean, 35 plus, I guess. Yeah, we'll say 35 plus. A lot of people
our age or listen to that kind of music that we still do. So yeah, it's not yeah, that age is
and even if you do, like, I listen to that type of music, I'm not buying a Dr. Dre album with just Dr. Dre songs. Like, I'm not dumb. No. But I'll buy his album with his features on it because I know he's gonna source out great features, gonna have great beats, and he'll have his cool little I mean, he's a better feature verse than Birdman.
Oh my goodness.
But at the same time, it's like not a big fan. But yeah,
I'll show you something else.
Real quick before we wrap up the episode though, Super Bowl predictions, Walter.
Okay. I'll be serious. I do think Cincinnati's gonna win. I think it's gonna be a close game. I think it will be a between 3 and 7 point game at the end, and I think the Cincinnati's going to get it done, whether it be by 3 or 6.
Yeah, I got Cincinnati by 3 points, field goal.
I think it'll be my man coming out to make that another kick.
That boy ran out. He said, guess what, coach? We're going to the championship game. He said, hold on. We're going to the Super Bowl.
Super Bowl, baby. Yeah.
He's about to go out there and be like, hey, guess what? We just won the Super Bowl. Yeah, it's over. We're going to Disneyland.
Yeah, it's over. Going to Disney. Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I got Cincy by 3. Absolutely. Sorry, Matt Stafford, but retire.